So today I want to show you what I did with my truck here and the onboard compressor for airbags. So this truck had airbags on it when I purchased it, and it had a fill point here. It's just a regular Schrade valve and a way to drain it right here. By turning this, you could drain it. So I've disconnected that one. In any case, what I wanted here was the ability to fill my airbags without having to go sit in the truck and do it from there, because I want to be able to do it when I'm hitching my trailer. So with the airbags, I can actually drop the tongue a good 4 inches, if not more, with the airbags letting air out, and raise it back again to make hitching up easily. Also, when I want to level the truck, I can do it right here standing after I hitch, instead of getting out and trying to figure out what looks right. So I'm going to show you what I did, because there's a few little tricks. So I bought the onboard compressor through Amazon. It's the brand, I believe, was Retrue, and I'm pretty impressed with it. I saw a lot of good reviews, but I also saw some that it didn't work properly, and I think I know why that is. So this little compressor, first of all, takes a fair bit of juice. I measured it with the ammeter, and it's drawing close to 9 amps when it's operating. Startup current is more like 15 to 18, just to turn the switch on for the compressor initially. So it takes a fair bit of current. So it comes with the little control console, which I've mounted here, has the switch to let air in, and you have a button here to let air out and drop the truck height down. So what I ended up doing was mounting it in here because I wanted control from the back, but to get power for it, I would have been running large gauge wire back to the front of the truck and the battery, and this is a 8-foot box extended cab. The wire that came with it is long, but it's very small gauge. I'm going to say it's probably 16 or 18 gauge, probably 16. And I think that's where some people are running into problems. They're using the full length of that wire, and there's too much voltage drop across the wire, so it's not enough to start the compressor, especially once there's pressure in there. So anyway, here's what I did. I had an old battery. It's an ATV battery, actually out of a snowmobile. And I just used a clamp there to hold it to the side on the fender here. And I've wired it into that battery, but I don't want to ever have to charge that battery or take it out. So what I did was I connected into, the cap had wiring for a light, okay, so we can turn a light on here. So I tapped into that wiring, which is down here and goes into the cap there, and I branched off a plus and minus. I ran it across to the battery, and obviously I don't want my truck battery draining accidentally if this battery goes bad or something happens. So this is just an automotive diode, a power diode. These come for trailer wiring, etc. It has 2 inputs and 1 output, so you could feed 2 different positive signals, such as signals and or parking lights or something, and have 1 light driven and no interaction and no backflow. So these diodes generally have about a 0.7 volt drop across them. So what that does is, when the truck is running, I have back here around 14.1 thereabouts on the wire, but when it's charging, there's a tiny bit of current. So when you take the 0.7 volt off, I'm not going to have to worry about this drawing power from the truck battery, because they're essentially the same. So it's not going to be drawing power to charge when the truck is turned off, only when it's charging and has a higher voltage on the truck. So I end up with 13.2 volts on this battery, which is an excellent maintenance charge when the truck is running. So it can't backfeed, it's just tied in with that little diode. I'll put a link in the video as to what that little diode is, but they work great. So anyway, I have it all set up here. So now when I want to actually adjust the height or the spring load on the truck, I just have to come here and press the button. So byproduct was the way the gauge was made, it's upside down, but you can see right now I have 10, 20, just about 30 psi in my airbags. So if I push the button and hold it, So now I have about 35 pounds in the airbags, and I'm leaning up against the tailgate as I'm doing that, and I can feel the tailgate rising as I'm filling it. So this is going to be a great addition. It's going to be fantastic to be able to change the height of the truck while standing at the back of the truck. Again, wiring distance would have forced me to put that compressor in the front of the truck somewhere, under a seat or somewhere. This way I have it right where I want it, and I have power for it that it has enough power, and I should never touch that battery in the life of this system. Anyway, hope somebody gets something out of that, finds it useful. If you found it useful, please like and subscribe.